Hi guys, how we doing? And welcome back to Mind Over Muscle episode number 17. Today we're just going to be doing a Q&A. So we asked you guys what you wanted us to talk about and you wanted us just to cover general questions.
Yeah.
So ask and ye shall get.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've had quite a few, which is good.
I've had a lot. This is the most I've had actually. Normally I get none. I'm not gonna lie. People don't want to ask me anything. But I got a lot this time, so
yeah, I've got quite a few.
I'm pretty buzzing with that.
Yeah.
So should we just crack in, or is there anything you want to talk about first of all?
Nah, I
how's
think we
life
could
treating
just life's good, aye. Kept going.
Kept going, aye.
Kept going. I'm the most boring person in the world.
I know.
Like,
Some people say that, they're like, what have you been up to? I'm like, just working.
Aye, that's it. It's like working wins. Like I'm so boring, but I like that.
I love
I love my wee quiet boring life. Like there's no drama, there's no like I'm good with that.
Yeah, but you're the same as me. You just pure love a Sunday. Just look forward to a Sunday so much.
100%.
Best day ever.
I was talking to somebody the other day actually, and they said, "What are you doing this weekend?" And I said, "Do you want to know something? Nothing, and it's bliss." See, back in the day, if I had no plans at the weekend, I'd be like, "This is going to be dire.
Would you?
This is shit." I know.
I know when you're younger, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, I need something to do all the time."
Yeah. Whereas now, at this ripe old age, I'm like, "It's bliss. I've got nothing to do this weekend."
So good, isn't it? Lovely. Okay, who's starting?
Okay, why don't you go for it since you're...
Okay, first one from me. How do you adapt to clients' moods each week at PT or check-in? Like if somebody's feeling really low or stressed, I'd be interested to know how you approach this.
That's a good question.
Very good question.
I think it just depends as well, like what's going on. So for me, a big thing is like obviously communication is key. And obviously I'm not a therapist, so it's not like I would give them pure life advice if that per se, but I would definitely find out what's going on, probably relate a lot to it. Depending on like if it's kids issues or whatever, family life, or just try to find a work family life balance, which it tends to be their work's crazy, whatever's going on, then it's more just about trying to help them discover a balance and make them feel better about it. Because I think a lot of people, when they actually get it out, they realise that, it's maybe not that bad. And when you can relate to them, they'll be like, so you have that and all. Your kids drive you up the wall as well. Your husband's done that as well. Oh, right, okay. Obviously, if it's something really heavy, you just want to listen to them and try and bring their mood up. But in general, you can only do what you can do.
What about like going for somebody who your first client comes in and they're like doom, depression, like it's the end of the world, and then the next person's on top of the world, and and then the next person's like their ma's no well, and then the next person like that. Up and
the
down
kind of roller coaster. So this is what I say, you should not be in this industry if you can't bring the energy. And what I mean by that is, see, no matter what's going on in my life, whether I've had a really, really shit day, whether I've had a big argument with Ross, whether my kids are driving me crazy, whether I was crying half an hour before I went to work, I literally go in and I'm like, I'm bringing the energy. Like, they don't need to know what's going on in my life because they're paying me for my time. So to me, it's like, this is about you. And for me, it's all, I'll just kind of match their energy. If they're in a low, I try and bring them up, obviously get them chatting, find out what's going on, how can we help? Because I think a lot of the times, you know what it's like yourself, when you talk things out, you feel better after it. So for me, it's like, bring the energy, try and make them see the other side of things, the positive side of things, and just, I kind of take it from there. What about you? Yeah,
I mean, I am the same. I think you need to be a good listener. People think they're a good listener. I used to be a terrible listener. I always, even up until recently, I used to like I would listen to respond. I would listen to like, kind of like, I wouldn't always listen to the full thing. I don't know. Do you know that way you listen to a story, somebody says something at the start of it, and you already have a response to it, so you kind of don't listen to the end of it because you've already got your response.
Yeah,
I'm that kind of person. I have a short attention span as well, so that doesn't help. But I do listen. Obviously, I do. Like, but I think you need to be a chameleon in this job. Like, you have 100%. To be a chameleon. You have to be able to, like you say, like, you have to be able to go from high to low to medium to, you don't know what person's coming in and what they're
100%.
dealing with. You could have a client that's came in that's just done the best thing in their life and they're on a fucking high, and it's like, and you're both having such a good hour.
Yeah.
And then the next person comes in and they've had
like horrific news,
horrific news, and you have to then match that, or not match it, but you have to then. It's very, very, very mentally draining.
Yeah,
I think you'll agree. Like, I think I've said this numerous times before, and you'll be the same. If you're a busy PT and coach, you will go home at night and not want to talk to a single soul for 20 days.
Yeah. me and Ross literally sitting opposite couches and don't speak to each other.
I feel terrible for David because David, obviously, we spoke about this in the podcast, he came on, but he works from home himself.
Oh, so he wants to
talk.
Yeah.
Right? Well, he isn't a super chatty person, but he probably wants to chat.
Yeah, of course he does. Yeah.
And I don't. And and then you obviously go with the person who doesn't want to, don't you? Because you're not going to interrupt that flow. So, yeah, that's difficult. I think I need. It's very hard to protect your own energy in this job.
Yeah, I think it's almost like, I think this job's a bit like anyone in this industry. Even so, my aunt's a social worker, and I'll say to her how can you do that job and not take that home? See, anything to do with kids, animals, make me sick. No. I could not do a job where I'm witnessing such horrific things and then I need to go home and be a mum and be a normal person. And I think it's probably the same with us, but on a much lesser level. You can't take that with you. No, do you know what I mean? As much as I want to be there for my clients, and I do, and I'll bend over backwards for them and I listen to them, but at the end of the day, when you get home, it's you kind of need to put on a different hat and be
you do.
Yeah.
And we said on the way over here, because we spoke about this, obviously.
Podcast of the podcast.
That you need to like you said, you need to be able to just go home and switch off from that.
100%.
You can't. That needs to just be a separate part of your life.
I think one of the things I love about it, though, I feel like I'm pure lisping. Sorry, I got in Invisalign, guys, and I'm pure struggling.
I was going to say, when you said you were not getting a coffee, I was like, are you going to be able to talk all right? Because it does give you the old lisp.
It does give you a wee lisp.
I can't really tell. You would have never known unless you said that.
I'm hearing it now because it's quieter in here, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm pure lisping.
It's the whole tongue on the top of your
I hate it. And your mouth is so dry, but my mouth is killing me, just in case you're like, she sounds a wee bit off. But anyway, I think one of the things that I love about this job is the fact that I love talking to people about their issues. As in, I love it when clients come in, and if they're struggling, I love knowing that I've made their day a bit better. So it's they'll come in, they'll offload, we'll have a good session, and then they'll leave feeling better. And 9 times out of 10, I get a text going, thanks so much, Nick, I really needed that. Or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Or it's like anything. I think we said this on one of the last podcasts. I've had clients walk in the door and you literally go, morning, and they burst out of tears, and you're like, okay. So then they'll come in and they're not going to in the headspace for a workout. I've went for coffees with clients and stuff like that, just because you're like, okay, let's go get a chat, just to get them right. But again, I think that makes it worth it with this job. I love that feeling of, I made a difference to your day. I might have changed your mindset for the rest of the day to just keep you on track or just make you feel better. Yeah. So definitely, it's a good
lovely
question.
Answer.
Lovely answer.
Very good question.
You want me to find a question?
Aye, go for it.
Okay, that's quite a good one. What are the most common mistakes people make when starting a new training program?
When they start, so they've been given a program and they're starting it.
Oh, it wasn't. It just says what are the most common, maybe, or just someone starting a new training program.
If you're talking about the actual program, what mistakes would they make? Most people, I tend to find, don't spend enough time getting form right before they
100%
bung a ton of weight on.
Yeah.
There's a fine. You get the folk that stay too light a weight for too long because they want perfect form forever.
Yeah.
Right? And then you get the folk that on week 1 they're doing a ridiculous weight, and you're you can't do that,
with
mate.
That's
zero
terrible.
Form. It's terrible.
Pure momentum.
Yeah. And then people just rush progression so fast. They're add on the weight. And I'm like, you're doing it shite now.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because you find that they'll be comparing themselves to a lot of people that are lifting.
She's lifting that.
100%.
And what? She's been here for 20 years.
Yeah, definitely. I think also, maybe not someone with a coach, but people come in and get ahead of themselves. So do you know what my pet hate is? And I see this all the time. Keep it simple, right? So it's people will follow influencers and say, oh, that's the latest workout, I'm going to go in and try it, and it could be something ridiculous or really complicated, and they go try do that, and it's keep it simple. Don't overreach. Don't do something because someone's said that looks good. Like, keep it simple.
Yeah.
100%.
There's only so much you can do with training. So, like, it's like there's fundamental things that you do in a training block, like a squat and a hinge pattern, whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, you're never going to get, it's always going to be the same things.
Yeah.
So, like, you just want to get really, really, really good at the basics, and then you can start going to the kind of fancier versions of that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you know, nobody's coming out with new exercises.
No.
Like, it's the same fucking shit.
It's the same kind of movement.
Somebody might find a new fancy way of looking like, but it's the same fucking shit.
It's the same thing. And also, just like you said, the other end of the spectrum is people that, even now, I'll take on people who say, I'll say, like, when you're training, is there effort there? Is there intensity there? Are we going to... Never is.
Yeah.
Never is.
Nah, 90% of people don't train hard enough.
Yeah.
Probably more than that. You know, even like, it's so difficult to get people that you train to train hard.
Yeah.
Never mind if somebody's in a gym just training themselves. Like, I can guarantee they're not pushing themselves that hard.
Yeah.
I know I didn't.
I don't think... Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I didn't. Now, the way I train now, obviously it's a skill, isn't it? So as the years go on, you do just get better at doing it.
It's a confidence thing as well. When you feel strong in your body and you know how to move without injuring yourself. I mean, there's always the aspect you could get, like, things happen. Even me and you have been injured and we've get good form. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I had like a client in today and we were on leg press and I said, so what we lifting? And she said, say it was like 100 kilos. And she went, I'm too scared to go any heavier. And I went, have you tried it? And she's like, no, I'm scared it's going to, like, crush me. So, you know what I tend to do with those people? I'm like, do you know the worst is going to happen here? And she's like, what? I says, out the machine. And I hop in and I says, this is what happens at failure. And I would demo the machine just coming down and been like, that's the worst bit. Keep your feet up. It's going to stop there. You're going to need to do the hold.
Unless you're super tall in a leg press, in which case it is life or death.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be stuck there. I used to get stuck all the time.
But it's not a case of, like, you're not injured though. You just need to do the whole fling yourself at the
No, but
sides.
it can be, like, if you can't get to the bottom where it'll pin, if you're that much off the pin at the bottom, what are you going to do?
See, I just let it pull my bum up.
It is scary with a weight. I mean, I've put my back out in a leg press.
Have you? You actually put your back in the leg press?
That's what I did. Like,
I thought it was an RDL you did.
I did both. I did the RDL and then I did the leg press not long after it.
Was that failure?
It was last year. No, I had 140 kilo on it. And I was doing, like, perfect. I've got the video on my phone. I put it on my Instagram story on the day it happened.
Oh, I must have seen it.
And I was doing honestly, man, I was bringing it down slow as a week in jail.
Yeah.
And it came down super slow and I pushed it and nothing happened. But as I pushed it, I felt like a big, huge pop on the back of my right hand side of my back. And it pure did this weird pop and it was like a really big, imagine like a really huge, thick guitar string popping. Yeah. And then I pushed it up, got the front leg, got out, rolled out, and then, like, I couldn't even, like, I literally couldn't straighten my leg, couldn't stand up, couldn't do anything. Shit. And I fucking ran into Daniel and was like, you better not have him in because I'm going to paralyse myself. I was terrified.
It is scary. The worst that ever happened to me was doing an RDL. And it was the same thing. It wasn't even that heavy. And it was during lockdown and we were in New Age. And it was just me and Ross. And we were training together and I'll never forget it. I was, again, coming down on my way back up. It literally felt like a band going, and I just dropped the weight. Not weight, I instantly just let the weight go and I just hung there like this. And Ross was like, what just happened? And I'm like, oh my God, something just happened. I think my back went. And he went like, he touched me and I'm like, don't touch me, don't touch me. I was like, give me a minute. And I was, do you know what I didn't want to move. I'm like, what if I stand up and I'm paralysed?
It's scary. I've done it a lot. I've put it like 3 times, seriously put it out.
Yeah.
And then last time when I did it and I went to Daniel, he was telling me about like external, like how my pronation and what supination in my foot was the reason why.
Oh, is that what it was?
And now when I do things, I'm really conscious of it. And I also do, that's why I do all the fucking stupid single leg rotation.
I was wondering why you've been doing all that. Is that why?
Touch wood, man, like, honestly, because he made a really good point. He's like, all you bodybuilders do everything in this fucking plane of motion. You do everything here.
It's true.
Like, you press here, you push here. He's like, when do you ever fucking do something to the side? He's like, so the second you go like that with a weight, it's like your body doesn't know what to do with it. Your body's like, fuck. He's like, so start turning with weights. Start, like, rotating with weights. And, like, get used to it. And actually, it's made me more confident because I'm not scared anymore to, like, come out that path. Do you know what I mean?
Do you feel stronger now doing it that way? Yeah.
I can tell my hips are like well stronger.
Yeah.
That's really derailed that question, isn't it?
It really did. We went off on a massive tangent, didn't we?
Yeah. Did we answer it?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your least and your most favourite training day?
Right now, I hate a pool day.
Boring, isn't it?
Oh, I just die. I don't.
Depends what your pool is. Is your pool just back?
It's weird because I'm just back. Which is weird because usually the things that I'm good at I enjoy. So I'm way better at pool than I am at push because I'm shit at push. And I used to love pool because it was like good for the ego. And right now I'm just like, fucking hate pool.
So boring.
Hate it.
See, I find it boring as much as I hate training legs. Right, I hate it.
I like training legs,
but because I get such anxiety about it and I dread it for days, and I'm like, oh my god, get myself so high up to high over it, and it's so hard.
Yeah.
But at least you have a feeling towards it.
Yeah.
Like, pool's a little bit like.
I hate, but I just find that a pure monotonous crap. But like, I hate, and you're going to be shocked at this. Everyone will go. Everyone raves about the prime row, which is the best row, but I hate doing the prime row.
It's hard. It's a fucking hard row.
I just hate it. I hate the feel of it. I do feel the connection, but I'm like, I hate it. I prefer the Watson row.
Oh no, I hate that Watson row.
Prefer the Watson row.
No.
But I hate the prime row. I hate doing, I'm just in this pure hating pool.
Everybody that goes to Irvin's watching this will be like nodding with the prime row just because it's hard. Every client I've got is like, I fucking hate. They love it at first. They're like, I love that.
Yeah,
and then
it's
they're like,
it's by far the best row. It's definitely the best in the market.
Because it's versatile as well, isn't it?
I hate having to get it up. I hate having to ask for a spot. I hate having to. I hate it, but we do it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. You go.
I'll make it one. Okay. How can I stay motivated to work out consistently? We get asked this a lot, don't we?
I feel like I rolled my eyes there. That was terrible. Sorry, a terrible reaction. It's just because it's the most like, it's the most asked question. How can you be
I know.
Right. I hate to say it. You obviously aren't always. You should, if you are feeling motivated, you should ride the wave.
100%.
Right. Motivation is a thing, and if you are motivated, it is. You should ride the wave and go with it.
Yeah.
Right? But obviously, nobody isn't. Most people aren't motivated that often.
No.
So like, especially don't even like it. Right. So then like, you can't ride the wave.
Yeah.
So then you have to fall back in discipline.
100%.
And then it becomes like discipline's a difficult one because you need discipline over motivation because motivation is always going to come and go.
Of course you do.
Discipline isn't. But if you've built it.
Yeah.
But the problem is that people don't walk around disciplined because they don't actually believe they're that person.
Yeah. It's also they don't stick it out long enough for it to become a habit and just become a part of life.
If you're not going to enjoy it though, right, so I'll always try and relate it to something that I'm not going to enjoy, right? And I know that fitness is like, people want to be fit and healthy, I get it. Right, so it's kind of like there isn't anything else you can do other than do certain things to be fit and healthy. It's different if you want to be a painter, you have to paint, whatever. Like, if my confidence, my personal confidence relied on me being really loving painting, right?
Absolutely.
I'd be like, what can I do here to stay disciplined in this? Because I fucking hate painting. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. I think it's quite therapeutic.
No, I don't mind painting, to be fair, but that's a terrible example. But like, if I hated it, I'd be like, well, I always use the example of Zumba, right? If somebody said to me the only way you can be fit and healthy is Zumba, I would go, right, well, please tell me how to stay motivated because I'm really struggling. Yeah. Because I don't like it. Right? So if you're not finding something you enjoy, you're not going to become disciplined in it.
But then it's that catch-22 of if you want to look a certain way and it's very much like what you pretty much hit the nail on the head. Like, you need to ride the wave of motivation, but then you also need to know that's not going to be there forever. No. So then the way I see it is working out. I think of working out like I think of my work. Yeah. It's a non-negotiable.
100%.
And guess what? There's days where I could rip my face off at the thought of going to work, but I need to do it, right? And it's like everyone else out there that if you work for a company, you're not going to go, I'm not motivated today, I'm not coming in.
I know. Wake up morning.
Aye. I'm not going to, right? It's the exact same thing. Like, you do the shit that's hard to get the wage at the end of the month. And I feel like the fitness journey should be the same thing. Like, you might hate it and you might get to the point where you're absolutely scunnered, but it's like, you do this and you'll get paid. And it's that simple. And it's also like, you want to set that standard for yourself of keep your standards high for yourself, because everything now in your life comes down to your standards. So the way you look is the standard you've set for yourself now. So whether that be you're eating shite all the time and you're not in shape, that's a standard that you've accepted for your life. Same with your relationships, same with your work. And it's a case of, you do need to raise that standard and say, this is what I want for my life. Here's what I need to do to get there. I need to do the bit in between. And I'm either going to do it and brilliant and set the standard, and even when you can't be bothered doing it, and like you said, then discipline comes, and then it becomes a habit, and then it's like, even when you can't be bothered, it's like, well, I need to do it. Like, that's how I think. So it's like, when I'm training, there's days where I'm like, I'm absolutely exhausted, and I'm like, and I'm training legs a day, and it's not a, will I train legs a day? It's, Nick, you're going to train legs a day. And you go in and just get it done. And at the end, I've never in my life heard them leave the gym and go, I really regret doing that workout. Because it's like we say, when you're in it, you're like, okay, I'm in, and you just get it done. But I just feel like people need to almost raise the standard on what they think of their life. And like, if you know the person you want to be, do the groundwork to do it. It's that simple. Or don't, and just remain as you are. And that's cool too. But it's you that needs to live with it. Yeah,
that's probably the best thing you've said in this podcast.
Thanks. That's £1,000.
Money, please. I think that's it's a perfectly put point. Like, you wouldn't wake up in the morning and be like, if I fucking woke up every morning and didn't go to work when I didn't feel like going to work, I wouldn't go to work.
100%.
I'd never go to work.
Would?
I can't be arsed going to work.
Yeah.
Right? I like my job when I'm there, but do I want to get up and do it? No, really, no.
Yeah.
But I need money. And like, that's why we all work into it.
Yeah.
Because we need a roof over our heads. And it's the same thing, like you say, like, nobody's walking around in a body they're happy and confident in because they just do shit they want to do all day.
Yeah.
We all, like, any
100%.
person that you're looking at, me, you, MD, who is confident and happy in their own body, is sacrificing things every single day, time, energy. Like,
of course
and like you say, just setting a standard and not allowing themselves to be below that. Like,
and that's
standards is such a good point. Like, people just don't have fucking standards themselves anymore.
The quality of your life right now is a direct reflection of your standards of your life. So if you're unhappy in your body, if you eat shite all the time, that's the standard you've set for yourself. If you're in a crap relationship where you allow someone to treat you like shit, that's the standard you've set for yourself. It's the same with absolutely everything. And it's like, or pick a higher standard and live that standard, and your whole life will just completely transform. But this is the thing, you can't rely on motivation for that. Like, you genuinely can't.
No, you can't. And when it comes, like, fucking brilliant.
100%. I get days where I'm like, woo, training legs. And then I get days where you've been up all night with kids, or you've been up early for work, or you've been working longer and the boss makes you stay behind. And then you're like, fuck, it's now 8 p.m. And it's like, you're either going to go train or you're not. And that's a choice you're making.
Of course. There's always going to be 500 reasons why not.
100%.
And maybe one why.
Yeah, 100%.
So obviously it's going to be easier to pick one of the 500 reasons why not, isn't it?
Of course it is.
And you get it the same, you get clients that check in every week that have a reason and another reason and another reason. They'll always have a reason. Of
course they will.
You know, it's fine. Like, you know, nobody can, that's your decision to have those reasons every week. Every other one of us has got their reasons as well.
Yep.
But we just work around them.
And that's the thing, like, if you can live with that, that's fine. But you can't then get upset when you're not getting the good part. So,
brilliant.
Great answer.
10 out of 10. This one's quite a thingy one, but like, so what's the one habit that changes everything? It's quite an open end. It's quite an open question, that. Like, the one habit.
The one habit.
I don't know if there's one habit, like one thing. I can't say that for me there's one thing that changes everything. What you just said is probably
keeping your standards high.
Yeah, like setting a standard and not letting them drop is probably the one thing that changes everything, because then you don't fall below 100%. Those standards.
Because
that probably is the answer.
Yeah, because there's too many variables. Like, whereas if you've got high standards, if you set the standard of this is how I want to be, all the other things will fall into place. Like, you will train, you will get good sleep.
Habits.
So it's all kind of encompassed in that umbrella, I suppose.
Okay, that was an easy one.
That was fair enough. Yeah.
Okay, are you going next?
Let me have a wee look.
We should have like a in between these bits when we're looking for the questions, we should get them to edit in like a
that would be so funny.
Like a wee tune.
That would be really good.
Other than us just sitting in silence like breathing into the mic.
I know. Right, okay, well, I think we kind of just covered this.
Oh God. He's a funny one. I never get any funny ones.
Alright, okay, so one of the funnier ones would be who lifts heavier out of me and Lou? Depends.
Depends on what
Depends on the exercise.
Yeah.
You're really strong at push, I'd say.
Push is my...
Hinging. You're
push
really
and
strong.
hinging.
Push and hinging. Whereas I'm really good at like a leg extension, a horizontal press.
Mm-hmm. Like probably leg press, much better than me in a leg press.
Yeah.
Probably eat on par on a hip thrust, to be fair.
Probably, yeah.
Probably
in a
do
pool,
the same.
probably on par.
Probably on pool and a par.
Yeah.
So
it just depends on the day.
If we tallied up the totals overall, be very close.
Yeah.
Be a close race.
I'd say so. We're going to do a video on this, though, aren't we? We did say we were going to film a YouTube.
We think we're going to do. We're going to film a actual session.
Yeah.
And put it on the YouTube channel 1 week rather than a podcast.
Yeah.
And we'll do like actual us, just a full training session. Obviously, like cut to clips and like a wee bit of talking to camera.
Yeah.
I think that'll be good.
Yeah.
Be good to see an actual training session, like see how you train together and how hard you push and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm already nervous about it.
I'm shite myself. The pre-workout we're going.
I know, we're fucking rattling like that.
We'll be asking that and bills for that stuff again.
No, because I'll be out.
Me and Lou went to a gym. Ultraflex, and where was it?
It was during lockdown.
Was it Durham?
Was it? No. It was Durham, aye.
So there's a massive, you probably know this, there's a massive gym. There's this chain of them down south called Ultraflex, and they're just huge, and they're ran by like different bodybuilders and stuff like that. And me and Lou went in and said we were wanting a pre-workout. And the guy that owned the gym was like, I've got something you want to try, and we were like, aye, alright, pure innocent, like, yeah, aye, alright. And
I feel like he shouldn't have gave us that.
No, but it's bad when he goes, I don't sell it though, and he goes into the cupboard and you're a bit like, okay. And what was it like, Lou? Me and Lou literally took it, and then the two of us went.
It hurt you right away.
Straight away. Mm-hmm. And then throughout the full session, I actually felt like my jaw was swinging. There was
definitely drugs in that.
There was definitely drugs in it. It's the band stuff that had like speed or something.
100%, man. I've still got a video on my phone from when we were leaving, and my whole hand was like physically just like that, shaking. I was like, what the fuck's going on with me?
Great session though.
The drive home was the worst drive of my whole life.
Yeah, that was bad.
It was like coming down off every drug on the planet. It really
was like coming
whilst driving home.
Yeah. But it was great though.
Car. Oh my God.
I like a stim. See, there's a very big reason I don't do drugs. I've got a very addictive personality, and I'm also worried that I'd try it and go, where has this been all my life? And get really into it. So I'm like, no, just stick with the free workout. Maybe not that one.
Not that one. Never again. Okay, this is a good question because we would probably cover it on a podcast. I made notes on this because I like to have all the facts.
Okay.
And I'm terrified I don't. Said, don't know if you've covered before, supplements and why you should take them. So the reason I made notes is because I can remember the basics of supplements, like the supplements I would suggest and why you should take them.
Yeah.
But I wanted to maybe go into a wee bit more depth on some of them, just because I think the more you know about them, the better. And I wouldn't remember some of these things offhand.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, but for my clients, they're always recommended because I think first and foremost you need to remember that you can't put a plaster on a broken leg. So if you're supplementing thinking it's going to change your life, but you eat fucking toast and cheese 5 times a day, like, try and be an adult and actually eat normal food first and foremost.
Eat food.
Like, you need to eat all the colours. If you're looking at your shopping trolley when you're going about to the checkout and it's mainly brown,
beige and white,
you should go back in and maybe change that, because you should have a lot of colours in it.
100%.
And a bit of colour in your day, right? If you're not having
100%.
like reds and blues and orange, like if that's not featuring in your day, you don't need a supplement.
100%, yeah.
You need a better diet.
Yeah, 100%.
Things that I recommend for clients, I only really recommend 4 things. So creatine and omega, D3 and K2, and magnesium, potentially.
Yeah, I always recommend magnesium because a lot of them tend to be crap with sleep and recovery and all that.
I don't recommend a multivitamin.
I do. I just say
I mean, it won't harm you, but I think that if you've got a good diet, you shouldn't really need it.
Yeah.
I don't take it. You can take it.
Yeah. Definitely the ones you did say. A lot of mine as well, I do tend to recommend like an L-glutamine supplement just because a lot of them have like digestion issues. So maybe if you've got like IBS or something like that, I would always kind of chuck in like psyllium husk or L-glutamine, as well as like. But
then you could go down the rabbit hole of like, for this person I'd recommend that, and for this person
but in general, everything you just said plus a multivitamin I do put in.
Cool, they're the staples. If we go through what they are, I'll use my notes, even though we know what they are, but let's just use the notes. So like omega-3s. So I think a big one to note if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you can still take an omega-3.
Yeah, of course you can.
Like you just get a vegan version of it. Yeah. So I think people think, I don't eat fish, so I can't take an omega-3.
Yeah.
But fish are like the wee middleman for omegas. Like the omegas don't actually come from fish; they come from the food that fish eat. Mm-hmm. So like plankton and stuff like that, and all the stuff on the seabed. Yeah. So like fish that's what they eat. So then they become really abundant in omegas, and then like we eat the fish. Mm-hmm. So like, but you just get a vegan omega, which is the actual stuff that the fish is eating. Yeah. And then that gives you that. So don't think that you can't have it because you're a vegan, because you can. Fatty acids, so your body can't make them, so we need to take them. I'm pretty sure you're looking for one with DHA and what's the other one? DHA, EPA.
Why? They usually all come with that in it.
No, some are just fish oil.
Really? Mm-hmm. Is that right?
You get like cheaper ones, because I tend to find this is a big common one for me. Clients go and buy, rightly so, like a really cheap version of it. Yeah. Because they're like, well, I don't want to spend a fortune on supplements. Fine, fair dues, because they are expensive and you don't really need them. But then they'll buy a cheap shit version. I'm like, you'd be as well to just not use that. It's not actually giving you what you need to get.
100%.
So, like brain health and heart health is the main for omegas, isn't it? Yeah. I always use this analogy. So, like your brain, there's a name for it, right? But I can't remember what it is. Like your brain's made up of something like, it's like 60 to 70% fat, your brain. It's the most fatty organ in your body. Your brain.
It's also it's like 80% water as well. So
can it be 60% fat and 8% water?
No, it's definitely, there's hundreds of water in it, because for like, that's how people that aren't hydrated get really foggy and do all that crap. Well,
there's definitely
it's like the tissue in the actual brain is made up of the fat, but surrounding it,
it'll be water. Right,
is the water.
So it's like 60 to 70% of your fat. It's the fattiest organ in your body. And it's got like, I can't remember the name for it, but basically all the neurons that fire in your brain have got this little fatty ball around it that like, and that's like almost like the conductor for like your like neural functioning. So like to send this signal around your brain to be like, do this or do that, right? How quickly that message gets to your body. And because that's made of fat, you'll find this in females a lot. They reduce a lot of fat from their diet. They do fat-free this, fat-free that. They don't get enough fats or fatty acids in their diet. And then their brain function starts to dip a lot. Or if you're on the arse end of a diet and your fats are low. So for me, I always try and say to females, like, obviously, what are you looking at?
I was just making sure the camera was on.
Oh my God, I was like, what the fuck? What's something that's happened? For me, I always try and put it like that to clients. Like, obviously heart health, it'll lower your blood pressure, it'll reduce your risk of heart disease, all that kind of stuff. But brain health, massive one. Like, it will get your brain firing quicker. Yeah. And you can't afford for those little fatty balls at the end of the conductors to not be there, because you will be cognitively slower, and you'll feel it.
Yeah,
you might not feel it, but as what normally happens with most people and clients is when they do start doing things that they should have been doing, they realise how shit they did feel. Yeah. So now, like, in it, you don't feel all that shit. Yeah. And then, like, months later when you're actually doing it, they're like, healthy. Oh God, I felt terrible.
Yeah, 100%. Because
you fucking weren't doing it.
Yeah.
And most people don't. You're meant to eat, 2 to 3 portions of oily fish a week?
Ideally. Nobody
does it.
When was the last time you had like pure oily fish and all that?
I do salmon at least once a week.
See, I do love salmon too, but it's not in my plan right now, because I usually do it during the week.
I would never put in a meal plan, which is why if I'm giving somebody a meal plan, I do say you need to take an omega, because there's no fucking fish in this.
Yeah, I think everyone should take omegas, just because, like you said, the way that the diet culture and stuff is, now, like, the whole point of supplementation is, it's like you said, in an ideal world, we would get everything from food. Yeah. But people don't eat like that. No, so don't. This is just going to support health further.
Well, think about it back in the day, right? Donks ago, there wasn't supplement companies. No. People just went fishing and killed animals and ate from the ground.
Yeah, 100%.
So we didn't need supplements.
There was no pesticides. There was no, everything was just...
We just like natural ate shit.
Yeah.
And that was it. And now because we don't eat like that, we need to supplement our diet.
Yeah, exactly.
D3, K2. That's another one people normally just buy. They go, I take a vitamin D. And I'm like, yeah you take a vitamin D tablet for B&M.
Which is crap.
Please don't. Like, just buy a D3, K2. They work in conjunction. So like the D3, I believe, is...
So D3 is like, we don't get enough daylight. So...
Does it not help you absorb calcium from food though? Is it not? It's for your bones, isn't it?
D3, yeah, but it's also like... See, now you're making me work hard here.
Sorry.
It's definitely... In this country and countries where there aren't sunlight, because the rays that you should get from the sun are beneficial, but you're not getting that. That's why we need to supplement it. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure D3 helps your body absorb calcium. I'm sure the K2 does something with a protein to almost like bind it to transport it to where it needs to go, like to your bones.
Yeah.
So they work in conjunction with each other, which is why I'll always say get a D3 K2.
Yeah.
Rather than just a cheap vitamin D.
Yeah.
I take that. I'm assuming you.
Oh yeah, I take all that. Yeah.
Creatine. It's like the biggest.
Creatine's amazing. Muscle recovery, mental health,
performance.
Yeah, 100%.
Muscle mass, strength, like brain function.
Brain function is a big one now with it.
Really, everybody, regardless of whether you ever want to step foot in a gym or not, should take creatine.
Oh, everyone should. I would give it to my kids.
Yeah.
Like, everyone should take
it. Kids, your gran, your mum.
Everyone should take it.
And it's like, oh, I don't want to take it. Right, number one, your body makes it. So you're not putting anything into your body. Your body actually physically makes creatine. It's a system in your body.
Yeah.
So like, you're not putting something weird down. People get very confused by the whole loading of it.
Yeah, they do.
I wouldn't bother.
Yeah.
Like you don't, it loads naturally. So what creatine does is like, as you take it, like your stores start to load, your body stores it. And the stores will load and load and load. And what creatine does is it almost helps you produce more energy. So like your body obviously produces ATP, like energy. So creatine sort of like does that quicker with like loaded stores in your body. So if you're performing, usually you'll see things read, it's like high intensity exercise and people think, well, I don't do HIIT. It's not like that. It's just like strength training.
No. Aye.
Any sort of exercise where you're performing at a high level.
Yeah, 100%.
If you're doing that, your body needs to produce energy quickly.
Yeah.
And if you have creatine stores in your body, that will give you quicker energy.
Yeah.
And if you don't, your body won't have that, you won't have that capacity to keep that performance as high, which is why people tend to notice performance and strength increases because they don't have to wait so long for that ATP energy to be produced.
Yeah.
And you will notice, usually, I hate saying this to people because they're at the piss, but you will notice a bit of scale fluctuation because you will notice it will take water in.
Yeah,
it will draw water into you.
It literally draws a bit of water into the muscles.
It's not. But you can notice a scale fluctuation. Okay,
but it's not massive. It's not like I'm going to go. It's not that's that creatine. No, for a step on
but
it.
You will if you start taking it daily. Yeah. Usually the recommendation is like 3 to 5 grams per day. Like I just usually say to people 5 grams because there's a lot.
I take 20.
Well, what I was going to say is there's a lot of research now into taking, is it 1 gram per 10 kilos of body weight. So if you're, is that right?
So what I've basically read up in it and was told is basically like minimum requirements now is they want you taking at least 15 to 20 because the more you take from the brain side of things is so much more beneficial. So that's what that's why I've started loading up a lot more on it. I've always said
a gram per 10 kilos. So if I've got like an 80 kilo guy,
it's
like 8 grams. If I've got like a 80 kilo female, say 8 grams. If I've got a 50 kilo female, say 5 grams.
Right, got you.
I think, I don't know. I've not looked up on the dosage like any time recently.
No, I've not really.
And it probably does change all the time.
I just say to my girls, like, take 20 just because it's not going to do them any harm. They already know, like, it's not making them fat. If you know, me and Ross take 20 every day.
I take like a loaded scoop, and to be honest with you, I don't know what that weighs. It weighs more than 5.
Yeah, I think 20 is about 3 scoops, little loaded scoops. But again, it's one of those ones, isn't it, where people say, do you notice the benefits? And I'm like,
No,
but I don't
won't.
notice the benefits any that I
No,
take.
you won't.
I probably would though if I went off everything and was like...
Yeah, you would, but I wouldn't say it's a noticeable...
No, definitely not.
But you get non-responders. So the
Exactly.
thing is like, so is it 1 in, don't know, what, let's say 1 in 10, 1 in 20 people don't respond to it.
Yeah.
So like, you'll never know if you're a non-responder.
You won't know. But then
But it's
it
placebo.
could be like a good placebo effect, aye?
So take it, assume you're stronger.
Yeah.
90% of tunes in the head
Especially
anyway.
like a lot of athletes use it, especially for like recovery and stuff like that.
aye.
Massive.
Because you're producing more energy,
Yeah.
you're replenishing a lot of stuff quicker as well once you've
aye.
trained.
For
Aye.
recovery,
But
definitely.
massive for like mental fatigue, like memory function. So this, again, if you're older, brilliant for your brain.
100%.
Should really genuinely should be taking it.
Yeah.
Very hard to get an older person who doesn't go to the gym to take creatine. I understand that.
Yeah.
Buy it and
See the
fucking
powder though, you
whack it
wouldn't
in
even
their-
notice
whack
it in a
their tea or
dilution.
something.
I like you genuinely don't even notice
I know,
it
but
in like
people
a
are funny
dilution.
about it. But I said to my gran,
Yeah.
take that.
they-
She'd be like, get to
I
fuck.
can't even get my dad to then he's like, Nick, I don't care.
No, I know. No. And then the last one, magnesium.
Right, okay.
Huge.
Yeah.
Something to note about omegas and D3 and K2, by the way, they are fat soluble vitamins.
Yeah.
So most people don't take this into consideration, but those vitamins are only soluble, so they only really work if you wanted to go into all the tiny wee nuances, which you don't have to, right? This is just silly, right? But I'm just saying, if you're not eating any fucking food,
Yeah.
right, or any fats in your diet, they don't actually uptake the way they should, right? Which is why if you're given a fat target by your coach, like, you don't need to adhere to it to the gram, but like, you need to eat fats because a lot of your vitamins are fat soluble, which means that they do not enter your bloodstream without fat.
Yeah.
I mean, so people don't take things like that into consideration. They're like,
people
just
would
cut
never
the
clue
fats
what you're
out.
talking
Like,
about.
I don't want, I'm not wasting 200 calories on that fucking day 10 cashews.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not eating them. Cool, but like, if you're not getting fats in your diet, there's a lot of repercussions to that.
Oh, massive repercussions, especially for women.
Yeah. But the thing is that most people do just get enough in. Like, if we're talking to the general population that don't undereat and that don't massively restrict, you're getting enough fats in your diet.
Of course they will, because they'll be eating
Shite. Sorry. Magnesium. Huge for hormonal health for females.
Massive.
Like, massive. Like, if you are going through menopause, please, for the love of God, take magnesium.
Definitely.
Please. And you can take quite a high dosage. Also very good for when you're due on cycle. See, the week you're due on, you can up your dosage really high for magnesium, and it will help a lot with your whole craving sweet things.
Yeah.
Loads of females are dead bad for being like, I really crave chocolate. I've never really had that. I'm just starving. But I don't crave sweet things.
But do you think that's just because you don't give into it now, so it's not a thing?
I think it's probably...
Does that make sense? Like, because I know that when I'm due my periods, I do want sweet things, but I just don't give into it.
All right, I don't. I just want food. Like, I just want hundreds of food.
Yeah.
Sweet or savoury, don't care.
Yeah.
But it's obviously really common for women to be like, I really, really want chocolate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it could be, is it because you normally, when you... Let's be honest, see the women, the whole women thing back in the day, like, I've got my period and your man goes out and buys you a bar of chocolate.
Yeah.
Like, do you know that whole habitual, like, maybe just for years, when you've had your period, you've just went into
you've watched your mum do
and fucking got a dairy milk.
Yeah.
And now you think you crave sweet things.
Yeah.
Or maybe you do. But a lot of that craving can come from your body actually craving magnesium. And if you up your doses of magnesium, it can actually help massively with those cravings. Helps regulate your cortisol levels, ladies.
It does. Sleep, which helps sleep, which helps all these things. Yeah.
So it's a massive, massive one. Let me look at these here. All the different, you can go into all the different forms.
Aye, we're not going to do that.
Glycinate, citrate, all that, malate.
You lot listen to this, will be like, what the fuck are they talking about?
I know.
Who cares?
Nobody does care, but then also, I always say glycinate for women that are struggle with sleep or are taking it through menopause. I'll always say get a glycinate because that is the branch or whatever you want to call it of magnesium that will help with that.
Yeah.
And if you go and buy like a citrate or something, like it might not do the same job as the glycinate.
Yeah.
Really, if you want to be picky about it.
Aye, if you want to be picky.
You can't just buy it. Most of them are just magnesium.
See, I just take magnesium complex.
Yeah, most people just take a magnesium complex.
Yeah,
but if somebody went and bought a magnesium citrate or something and didn't know the difference,
if you want to go down that
then
road,
you maybe want to make sure just buy a complex, and in that way you're going to get
100%
everything.
Yeah, definitely.
But they are all like, I think some people think some coaches just recommend supplements because it's what you should do, but like, like there is things that we don't get in our diet that we should be taking.
100%.
You know,
that would make you feel better.
Yeah. and you might not feel it, but
no, but it will be supporting health. Of course it will. Yeah. Okay,
next.
Let's have a wee look. Right, what about... Okay, what are some simple daily habits that can drastically improve overall health? It's quite a good one.
I live by lots. This is annoying because I've written a post on this and fucking this does me nothing. And it's called I live by these silly little rules. I make silly little rules for myself.
Okay.
And I think you have to do it.
Yeah.
Right? So years ago, when I started doing this, I was like, I need to drink more water, right?
100%.
And I didn't drink enough water. So I made this fucking stupid rule, and I swear to God, because I'm stubborn and I'm a routine lover, I've lived by it. Ask David, I do it every single day without fail. So every morning I put on the kettle to make a coffee because I have a coffee every morning because I'm a fucking normal human being.
Obviously.
If you have a tea,
no,
what the fuck is your problem?
Tea's a bedtime thing for me.
Who the fuck gets up and goes, make me a cup of tea?
No, definitely not.
It's out of order.
That's
right?
so bad.
See if you drink tea in the morning, man. Honestly. If David drank a tea in the morning, I'd be like, oh.
No. Hand me your balls and get back upstairs.
Right, so I always make a coffee, so I thought the old habit stacking. And I thought, right, so when I make the coffee, I pour a thing of water, like a shaker of water, right? And I make it a rule that I have to finish the water before I get to drink the coffee. And every morning the coffee just sits there and I'm not allowed to drink it unless I finish the water. And it's the worst thing ever because the last thing I want to do is drink nearly 1 litre of water first thing in the morning. It's brutal and I hate it.
Yeah.
And it's and I wake
just
up...
Just plain water? Yeah, diluting it in? No.
I do diluting through the day, but I do plain water in the morning. And I make it a rule and I do it every fucking day of my life.
Yeah.
Right? And then I've got nearly 1 litre before 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Every day, right?
Yep.
That cuts out the whole, I can't drink all that water in a day. Drink a litre before you drink a coffee.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
My second rule is that with every single dinner, no matter what it is, because we don't ever do we do prep our food, but we don't, we have different dinners. Now, like you guys always did, like your pre-prep chicken and that, we never did that.
Yep.
So if we're having like lasagna or chili or whatever, with every single dinner, I have 150 grams of either broccoli or green beans, whatever, on the plate. Even if I'm making pasta, right,
I find it weird not having veg. I feel like it's not a full plate.
I feel embarrassed about eating it. I'm like, oh, why is there no veg in that? It's weird.
Oh, that's anything I eat, unless it's like oats comes with a veg or something. Like same. To me, it's like there's your plate. Where's
put the veg on?
Oh my god!
So even if I make pasta, see if I make like a pasta, we make this bolognese cheeseburger pasta. It's amazing, right?
Right.
And it's the weirdest thing to put veg through because it's not right.
Yeah.
Right. So I just have a bowl of veg at the side.
Oh, I
just
veg
have it separate, and people are like, "Oh, it fucking grinds my gears when I look at somebody's MyFitnessPal, and I'm like, why have you not eaten any veg?" And they're like, "Oh, just because we had that for my dinner." I'm like, make a plate of veg 100%. And put it on the side. Yeah. And do you know what? Onions isn't veg.
No.
Don't tell me you put onions through your pasta and you've ate your veg.
And you've ate your veg. Yeah.
Get the fuck.
No. Anything I eat, even if I'm having like scrambled eggs, I've got a side of spinach. But that to me is weird.
People like, please, for the love of God, make silly little rules and just live by them.
Yeah,
it's just a stupid wee rule, but like, just that's a standard, isn't it?
If you're someone who's constantly feeling like you're struggling to go to the toilet and all these issues, you don't get enough veg in. Like that's your fibre. Like get your veg in.
So I think that's my best habit is just like make daft rules and fucking live by them.
Yeah. What was the full question again?
I don't know. It was something about habit. I just went off on a tangent. What
are some simple daily habits that can drastically
So it's like you could say to folk like drink enough water, eat enough veg, but it's like you have to find a way to do it because most people just won't do it.
Yeah. Move is like movement. So even if you're not someone that goes to the gym or something, like get out in the daylight and go out in fresh air. That's a big one for me.
That's another silly little
fresh air. Like I'm like even last night when I finished my Stairmaster at like 9:30, I was like, I'm going to go around the block. Just I need some fresh air. I need a bit of, and it's just that feeling of yeah.
But you can set rules for yourself. Like I started this year, I set a rule for myself: 5,000 steps before 9 a.m.
And you have been doing it.
And I have been doing it.
Yep.
So, and one of my other clients, Amy, does like 2 or 3, I think, in the morning just to get a wee bit in before she goes to her work. She's probably not got as much time as me in the morning to do that, but it sets her up. She's 2 or 3 ahead of the game before she starts. Like, and all she did was just get up a bit fucking earlier.
Yeah.
And do a wee bit of steps. Like, if you want to make something a habit, attach it to something you already do, and like set a rule for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it comes back to the standard thing, doesn't it? Like,
absolutely.
You can't just start a habit and go, I'm going to do it. Make it a wee daft
Yeah,
rule.
you need to make it a routine. So it's like, what's something you do every day? You brush your teeth. Right, we'll have your supplements sitting next to your toothbrush in the morning. So when you get up, it's like supplements, brush your teeth. Mm-hmm. And it's like, or coffee machine, brush your teeth. Like, put it next to your water. Water, coffee. Yeah. Like, yeah, pretty much what you said. I think about, this is more overall health. This is probably more mental health. So my big thing is, right, unless your mind's right, you're probably never going to follow through with like a goal for yourself. So even if you want to improve overall health, like for me, if I'm not right up here, I'll probably just sack it all off. So my big thing in the morning is I don't watch any TV or have anything like that on. When I'm getting ready, I've either got some self-growth on, right? So my big thing is I love Tony Robbins, right? So see in the morning, I go on YouTube and stick on Tony Robbins because I just feel like I want to start my day in a positive vibe. I want to start my day feeling bummed up. I want to start my day feeling like good vibes. I don't want to know what's going on in the news. I don't even look in social media in the morning now. And that was a big thing for me because we all do this. Everyone gets up out of bed and they lie in bed like this and fanny about on their phone and social media for a bit before they get up. And that's just you set a standard of how your day's going. So if you're looking at people that irritate you or the news or
what somebody else out a walk and you're fucking lying in your bed.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it just sets your day up. So for my thing is I get up, kids are usually still in bed, so I'll get up, put my earbuds in, and whilst I'm getting ready, I'm listening to something really positive. So whether it's something on YouTube or I recently listened to that Let Them by that Mel Robbins that's my thing. I'm like, I'm not going to start my day in a shite vibe because when I start up here, it makes it a better day. Whereas that's my big thing. And I think that does set the tone for my day. Yeah. It sets my motivation up. It means it puts me in a really positive mindset, listening for people that know better than me. And I just think overall mental health, if you get that right, everything else will be easier to fall into place.
Yeah, that's a big one as well. Like, if you are somebody who does wake up in the morning and goes straight on social media or even just straight on your phone. Yeah. David's quite bad for it. Sees our alarms go off at the same time. Don't know why we both set one, but we do. They both go off at the same time. One of us could just set us here.
Yeah.
And I always get up, straight up, and then go and like start getting ready, or I'll go downstairs and make a coffee and do my water fucking thing.
Yeah.
But David he doesn't go on social media, I don't think, but he does, like, he'll read messages right away. Yeah. And I'm like, what? No. How can you do that? No. I make it a rule on check-in days. So on my check-in days through the week, I make a rule I'm not allowed to go on social media until I've finished check-ins, purely from like a workflow perspective, like, because it's very interrupting and jaggy to like come out of that flow to then like go on social media.
Yep.
And I also, to be honest with you, look at like a wee bit of a reward. Like once I've done a block of work, I'll allow myself to go on and like look at comments or messages or whatever. But I do not do that right in the morning, and I do not do it before, like right before I go to bed.
Yeah.
And it's a massive thing that like, and I'll say this to people all the time, right? And at the end of the day, people are adults, right? And they're like, I've had clients' screen time be 10 plus hours a day.
Oh, easy.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you've got a fucking job. What? Mind? I work on my phone and my screen isn't even that fucking, that screen time isn't that high. It's nowhere near that. And they're like, oh no, I'm just so bad for doom scrolling. There's too many apps out there these days that will block things like that for you, right? You've even got that little brick thing where you can physically tap your phone on it that will turn off all your social media, and you can keep that miles away from you so that you can't go back on it unless you tap it back again.
Yeah.
The world has built you functions to not have to be addicted to your phone and be on social media. Put your phone in another room.
Yeah.
But people are still a slave to like straight on their phone. I can tell you all the folk that see my stories every day right away.
The same people.
The same people that see them right away.
Yeah.
And it's every day.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, well, they're on their social media 24/7.
Yeah.
Right? They see my story right away, right? And I'm like, that's not coincidence, 'cause I don't post all the same time.
100%. Yeah.
So you're clearly just on social media all day.
Yeah. And they are.
Right?
Aye.
And then you're also telling me you don't have time to do this, that, and the next thing.
But then you're also taking in like all the vibes of the world, and a lot of it's like, shit.
Why am I feeling like shit? You're on your phone all day, just looking at everybody else's life.
So I like to think there's this. This is what I had a chat with a client recently who she done the exact same thing, and her training was on point, and then she was always really, really hard on herself. And it's like life, when she found life hard, it was really hard, if that makes sense. Like things that maybe me and you would be like, I mean, it's a bit shit, but it's not that big a deal. Yeah. Everything was always so much bigger. So we were kind of looking at how she lived her life and stuff. And I said, I get you train your body, right? But do you train your mind? And she was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I'm not being funny, but see, like you train your muscles to get strong. Why are you not training your brain to do that? Like that was a huge thing for me, probably like when my mum died, and I felt like, because she was always the person I went to, and then I realised that, Nick, you need to be that person for yourself. And I thought, so how do I do this? And then I started listening to like Tony Robbins, like all these guru people that talk about mental health and about becoming mentally stronger, mentally tougher. And it's like, and in my head, I think, see, the more I listen to that, your brain is like, so your brain's like a garden, right? Whatever you plant in that garden will come up, right? So whether you plant poison, you'll get poisonous thoughts that will ruin your mental health. Or if you plant flowers, the flowers will come up. Like your brain doesn't care what you plant in it. It pretty much just reacts on what you put in your head, right? So if you're someone that's getting up every day and giving yourself positive self-affirmations and chat and saying, no, I actually can do this, instead of going, I can't do that, I can't do this, oh my God, life's so hard. Like for me, that's a huge thing. I literally guard my mind, like, don't tell me I can't do something, because I'm like, no, I'll get a go. Like, and that is for me a huge thing. So with this client, I said, see, when you get up in the morning, we need to shift your routine. So her thing was, she'd get up and while she was getting ready, she'd put on like The Housewives, or put on like, don't know, shite. And that's all she was taking in. So when life got hard, she'd never had any training on how to think and how to believe in herself, and I'm like, this is the shit you need to start listening to. Like, see the way you train your body in the gym and build that up and get strong, you need to start doing the same with your mind. You need to start like being more positive self-talk and more, and people hate that. People think, I'm not going to do it. It comes across that I'm fooling myself. And I'm like, I'm not being funny, but see, if you don't like yourself, you're never going to be happy. There's got to be some part of you that believes in yourself and says, no, actually, I can handle things. Because see, if you genuinely believe that no matter what life hits you with, you can handle it, what's there to be afraid of? And that's what I said to her. I said, you're doing the work, but the reason you're not getting results because up here, you're allowing everything to get to you. Yeah. So we need to start not just training your body, but when you get up in the morning, I want you listening to something really positive. And I would send her links to podcasts and like YouTube videos, and even now she's like that to me, what a difference. She goes, I actually go out to work in the morning believing in myself because I've listened to these amazing gurus or whatever talking about self-belief and how you can achieve anything. And it's so important that, yes, our job is about like getting people in shape and looking after their health and stuff, but see, for me, my big thing is, see if up here isn't it right, none of this shit matters. And it genuinely doesn't. Like, that for me is probably one of the overall health things that I think is so important. Like, if you sort your mind, your body will fall into play.
Yeah, I would agree.
Definitely. Did we answer that question? Again, massive tangent, folks.
No, not really. I mean, it was a good fucking point. I feel like my questions are going to be unfair or no? Okay, right. Somebody asked me, their initial question was, output increased how long before the scales stopped creeping up? I'm 2 weeks in, right? And I was like, right, give me more. I don't understand this, give me more.
So wait, our output's increased?
Output's increased. How long before the scales stop creeping up? I'm 2 weeks in, right? And then the fuller message was, steps are up to 15,000 some days I run, and 3 to 4 weight training days, but the scales keep creeping up, right? So the obvious one for me would be, if you're going, the only reason the scales would be going up is if you went from doing nothing
100%
to doing a fuck ton of steps and a fuck ton of training,
that's
you
what
will
I was
be
going to
creating
say.
inflammation.
Of course you will.
Right? But not for longer than 2 weeks.
No.
So your body will adapt to that very quickly. Your body adapts very quickly. Yeah. So you might see that for like a week, maybe two, maybe a bit of a fluctuation, but if it's going up, I would say you're probably not looking at nutrition.
Yeah. Also, there's millions of other components as well. Like, are you regularly going to the toilet? Because if you're not going to the toilet and you're bunged up, are you almost due your cycle? Like, where are you in your cycle? Like,
there can be loads of variables. But as a general rule of thumb,
you're not in a deficit then.
If it's I don't know if it's a female or a male, to be fair, it could be a male.
Yeah. If it's a female and you're...
Sorry, I don't actually follow the person. But if it's a female, you've got cycle, all that kind of stuff to take into consideration. If it's a male, you don't. Either if you're not going to the toilet, it could be a factor, and if you are, then it's not.
Yeah.
But I think... Yeah, I think generally, if you are increasing your output and your training, and you're doing that consistently over time, and you're trying to create a calorie deficit, you're trying to lose body fat, then if over time the scale isn't coming down, like over time, like maybe look at it over like a month's period.
Yeah.
If that hasn't tracked down at any point over the month,
you're not in
a deficit.
Yeah, you're definitely not in enough.
So you're either not tracking food at all, or not as accurately as you think.
Yeah, you're missing things.
Or you could be not creating a big enough deficit. There's not enough variables there. If it was like a client, if I had a client and I'd set them deficit calories, and then they were doing 15,000, that's a lot of steps, 15,000 steps in a day.
Yeah, it's a lot.
3 to 4 training sessions.
Yeah.
And they weren't dropping.
There's something off.
There's
definitely something off.
With their nutrition.
I was killing myself laughing at a video I saw the other day, and it is about how most general population mistrack, right? Now, we already know this. Like, I've gone through it with clients, you've gone through it with clients, they're like, I've definitely stuck to the meal plan, and I'm like, there's something off, right? Or I've definitely stuck my calories, and they're not tracking sauces, or they're having coffees, or they're mistracking there. But then I saw this video, and I was, I wish I'd forwarded it on you. And it was basically this guy talking about clients who are weighing and tracking food. So it was like they would go like this and weigh out the peanut butter, and it would hit 10, and there was like another 10 in the spoon, they'd go 10.
I know.
Or they'd be like,
so true though.
It's so true.
I know.
And a lot of people do shit like that. It's like, I don't want to waste that. Yeah. And it's like, well, you've just ate 20.
I know. It is true though. Like, people do that though. See, when I was the last time I did that photo shoot diet, and I was on the meal plan, and I would still make David's food, it was so instinctful of me to go to like a spoon. And I'd actually got myself into the habit of making food next to the sink, so that as soon as I'd made the food, I put this utensil under the sink, which is mental behaviour. But I thought if I don't, my instinct is to do that.
And another one for you parents, right? And I know this because when I'm not really tracking, like I'm making the kids' food, right? What my first instinct is to do is go, is that cooked through? Is that all right? Taste it. If you're doing that every day, multiple times throughout the day, they'll go, oh, but it was just that. And I'm like, that's calories. But they don't realise that. Yeah. So it's little things like this that do build up. It's, no, it was just that I had. And I'm like, so see that tiny bit of fucking fish finger or chicken nugget or chip to make sure it's cooked that you've had, that adds up on top of, but it was just that amount of milk I had in my coffee. But I just had a wee bit of sauce, and it's like, okay, let's tally all that up at the end of the day, over the end of the week, over the end of the month. There's why you're not dropping.
Yeah.
People don't realise that.
Yeah. That's a difficult question because it might not be nutrition. It could be there could be a number of things there.
100%.
But on paper, if it was a client, like I said, 50,000 steps, 4 training sessions a week, over time, over a period of a month, they saw no decline in the scales.
Yeah.
They're not in a calorie deficit.
No, definitely not. Especially not gaining. That's
not gaining.
No.
It might creep up a little bit right at the start. If I've ever had a client who's very like they sit down all day, and even if they start to do 8,000 steps a day, they will see a fluctuation because their body's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, and especially clients that are new to weight training. Yeah, if you've got heavy DOMs, you're going to be heavier. Yeah, like because it is just inflammation.
But it's not like then you get the people who do rip the piss a bit and go, like, I'm definitely, they're like 2 years down the line training, like, I think I'm inflamed for training.
No,
you're not.
No, you're not.
You're not trying hard enough for a start. And like, I've been heavy DOMs the next day and I'm not 2 kilo up. Do you know what I mean? Like,
definitely not. No.
Play the game.
Yeah.
Okay, that answers that question.
Yeah.
Have you got another one you want to ask?
Yeah, let me have a wee look. Do you know what it is? I think a lot of people ask the same kind of question, so I'm looking at them going, we kind of answered that.
Yeah.
What about this one? How do I know if I'm overtraining and what should I do about it?
I'm most people aren't overtraining.
No.
I think, again, there's a lot of fear-mongering in the industry these days of, like, females, you're overtraining, especially, like, if you've got PCOS or whatever, you're overtraining. It's like, most people aren't overtraining. You do get some people who overtrain. Maybe this is the wrong answer. Maybe I'm being very blanket in this statement, but you tend to find, like, if females are overweight, right, they're not overtraining.
No.
Right? If you're, like, quite underweight, and you're like,
you're training 7 days a week,
like, that's overtraining.
That's overtraining. Yeah, because think it this way, right? You've got athletes, it's their job to train, like these CrossFitters, and the thing we watch, they train every day for hours on end,
they're not
all day. But they've got the nutrition there to support the training, to support recovery. So your body's capable of a lot, but there's a big difference between that and it's healthy because they're giving their body enough nutrients, enough energy, they're hydrated, they're recovering, versus someone who is training every single day and eating less than like 1,200 calories, 1,300 calories, and they're really fatigued and really exhausted and that.
And I tend to find that most females, if they train, they might train every day, it's just a waste. They're not training hard enough. You'd be as well to go in 3 days and fucking train 100%. Than go in like 6 days and piss about, or 7 days and piss about.
Who wants to do that? I mean, me and you love training, but I'm chance. 4 days.
No, I'm 4 days. Aye. But you're right, like, I think there is this big scaremongering of, like, you're overtraining, you shouldn't be doing HIIT exercise, you shouldn't be doing this, right? But you're right, look at these athletes that train every single day. They're not overtraining.
That Tia Claire to me, she's a machine.
Trains like multiple
6,
sessions.
7 hours a day.
More than one session a day.
Oh, easy, yeah.
But you're right, their nutrition supports it, and they recover. They sleep, they drink water.
They do,
like, they do the fucking basic shit.
So your body, well, think it this way, right? And now I'm been a wee bit out there. See, way back in the day before there was big machinery, you've got farmers out in fields working heavy labour all day, house building. Your body's capable as long as you're looking after it.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you're completely fried, and overtraining to me is someone that feels absolutely exhausted, really fried, really sore, and they're not doing what they need to do to support that kind of effort.
Yeah. I've never felt, I did a 5-day split for a while when I was training with Ross.
Yeah.
And I felt a wee bit like I was teetering on the edge, but I wasn't overtraining. It was just difficult for me to fit. I was a wee bit under-recovered.
Yeah, because it's time management.
It was time management, and it was like training. It was just difficult to manage. Yeah. I could have done it, but it was too much. But even when I was doing 5 days, I never felt like I was overtraining. Yeah. And I was fucking training hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I was in a deficit and all that kind of stuff. So I think it is difficult to overtrain, but you're right. There's a lot of women out there who train 7 days a week and they really underfuel.
100%.
Or they underfuel, you know, Sunday to Friday, and they fucking go ballistic on a Saturday. Like, and that day on the Saturday of going ballistic isn't helping you on the Sunday to Friday when you're bursting your arse.
And let's be honest, these are the same people that you ain't lasting that. That's not an everyday life thing. You've maybe done that for a month and totally fried yourself. Like, there's no one out there that's training 7 days on those calories and they're still all right. No. Like, that's not a long-term thing.
It's very hard for Gen Pop to overtrain.
Yeah.
Very hard. There's maybe certain things, like, okay, like maybe some things, maybe if it doesn't agree with you, like, aye, cool, but I don't know, I think there's a lot of, you know, that whole HIIT thing recently was a big thing, wasn't it? Like, women in the menopause or PCOS or shouldn't be doing HIIT. Mm-hmm. It's such a blanket statement to give out.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Like, and then it gives you the whole, like, you shouldn't be doing that. It's bad for you. Like, that HIIT's bad for you. It's like, it's not bad for you. No. If you're wee Sandra that's going for the menopause down the road, that's like not really get that huge a stressful life, but she's like going for the menopause, she can do HIIT all she wants, man. She's not that stressed. Then you've got wee fucking Lucy, who's got the most insanely stressful job on the planet, 10 weddings, 10 jobs, and she's got PCOS. Maybe she shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because that's too much stress in it.
It's definitely person specific.
Aye, like, you know, just to say don't do that is like...
Yeah. Aye, it's definitely person specific, It's like everything that gets chucked out there, it's like kids shouldn't lift weights, it's bad for their growth plates, and it's like, well, that was proven to be shite.
Yeah.
Like, there's 100, even the one that I found most funny, I wish I'd looked this up before we came in, because I genuinely don't know the details, but it was on that, what's his name? Is it Andrew Hubbard or Matthew Hubbard? You know what I'm talking about?
Andrew?
Is it Andrew?
Why do none of them names ring a bell? Hubbard does.
Yeah, so massive. He's got a podcast, gets all the big, like, professors, all that on it. And one of the ones that I was so happy to hear was everyone used to say to me, you need to start doing ice baths. You need to start doing cold water therapy.
It's terrible for...
And I was like, see, unless that's the fountain of youth in there, I ain't getting in. Like, there's nothing, there's no amount of health benefits you can say to me where I'm watching videos of people going out at -3 and hitting ice and getting in a tub. And all I'm thinking is, you're batshit crazy. I'm not impressed by that. There's no part of that would, there's nothing you can say to me it's going to go, get in there and do that. Like, never, ever, ever. And these people were banging at these, what they call zealots or whatever you call it, were banging on about how for overall health and for recovery. And then this woman came along, this professor, and totally blew that out the water and said, it's actually not okay for women's temperature to drop that low just to health. It's
not meant to be. You've got a certain degree you're allowed to run for women now.
And she actually totally blew that out the water. And I just sat there like...
And directly after training is that terrible for your muscle repair.
Yeah, that's what she said. She says due to, like, I think it's like her hormone function, she goes, it's actually not okay. It's not healthy for women's temperature to drop below that. So see all these women doing these ice cold bath dips and all that crap. She goes, I wouldn't recommend it. And I was just like, I love that one.
Right, okay, we've covered that one then. I got a good one saying, what can clients do to make your life easier?
Follow the plan.
What did I say as I laughing when we're coming in? I said pay me but don't show up. That's how you make your life easier. That's fucking terrible.
Honestly, be honest.
Be honest is a big one.
Oh, be honest, man.
And just like, we're not mind readers, so we can usually tell there's something. If something's going on, we can usually tell.
Yeah.
Right, but sometimes it's very awkward to be like, is something going on, or like, or not awkward, but you might be like, oh, some people you don't want to maybe rock the boat, or like you don't want to say, I don't know. With some clients, I know something's going on, but they won't say, and I'm like, see if you just said, you don't have to tell me the problem or even every fucking intricacy, but see if you just say like, look, there's a bunch of shit going on now, and see like this fitness stuff, it isn't a top priority to me. Cool.
Because here's the thing, they're checking in every week and going, no, everything's fine, and you're like, well, it's cool it all, because your check-in's saying different.
I know.
And that's my thing. Like, I also say to my girls, like, talk to me, right? And what I mean by that is, like what you said, like, you don't need to tell me your deepest, darkest secrets, but put me in the loop, because what I tend to find was a lot of my clients, right, not now, but in the past, so my thing is, see if I don't hear from you, I just assume you're living your best life. I don't know you're having a meltdown and really, really struggling, or because I don't have a crystal ball and I don't automatically think, I wonder if Katie's really struggling right now. I'm just going to mess her out the blue and be like, are you all right? You're really struggling? So my big thing is, you have to be open with your coach. Like, you have to be honest, because that's what your pain is for. Like, we can't fix anything if we just don't know anything. And then it's like, they'll check in and go, oh, it's not working. And it's like, but what's been going on? And then they hit you with stuff and you're like, that would have been helpful to know. Yeah.
And a lot of people at first, I think, when they're trying to build that trust, like they understandably don't want to, like, I said this a while ago, but like, people obviously are worried about feeling shame or feeling like embarrassed, or that you're going to judge them. As much as we can sit here and go, tell me this, like, they still are going to turn up and think she's going to judge me for that, so I'm just going to say something else. So they'll say like, oh, like, it's not been a good week, but such and such, and I'm like, well, that's not the reason.
No, of course
that's not the reason, right? But I think once you get to know somebody a bit better and you've spent a bit more time, and then they become a bit more like, you're like, right, tell me the fucking reason. But I think that you're right, like, communication. Huge. If there is no communication, right, like you said, we're not a mind reader. So I don't know what's going on with you, then I can't help. My communication style is very, like, believe it or not, as a coach, is like, I'm a big communicator. Yeah. So I am like, I do like a sort of like wee touch base, and I do like, I'm like, you know, I want people to talk to me as much as possible.
Snap.
Like, because you do need to, like, I don't need to know every detail, but I do need to know, like, if there's something going on out in your life that you're dealing with and it's not affecting what you're doing here, then fine. But see if there's something going on in your life and it is filtering into this stuff, then I do need to, like you say, I do need to be in the loop. Cool. We finish it there. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, thanks very much. Next week, We're doing one next week as well, so we have 2 in a row.
I'm so excited.
Next week we've got Jen back on.
Yes.
So Jen's going to be coming in. I'm going to put a Q&A up. Hopefully Jen will as well, and then you will as well. Yeah. We'll put one up this weekend for you to ask Jen any questions. If you haven't went back and watched our episode, then please do. It's timestamped because it was very long, and we talked a lot about coaching, but there was a lot of good stuff in there about just like diet culture and her story and like how she helps people. And I think we're going to mainly aim her next one at getting questions from you guys. Yeah. So what you'd like to ask her about behaviour change, about, you know, habit change to do with actually the brain and how we change that and stuff like that, because that'll be interesting. So we're going to base it on, like, from a client's point of view, how to improve their health and fitness via improving their brain, which is what you talked about. Yeah. So that'll be next week's one. This week's should hopefully be out by Monday. Let us know what you liked, let us know what you hated. Thanks as always, and we will catch you next week. Do the horns.